Hey everybody, it's Allie. This is my everyday foundation routine video, and I was really inspired to try to find a way to replicate that hyper perfect, hyper real complexion that I've been seeing on a lot of fall runways. And I will show you, in addition to my foundation routine, a little sneaky trick that helps you get that effect. I just want to add, I do not have perfect skin by anybody's standards. I definitely have discolorations and redness and stuff like that. So I really wanted to share this routine with you guys because this has worked so well for me, and this is kind of the routine that's really given me that flawless airbrushed finish. I think this is more about the techniques I'm using as opposed to the products. Feel free to use your favorite, brushes, foundations, loose powders, concealers, all those things. That's great. I'm just showing you what I use. And also because I'm almost out of the foundation I'm using, so I don't really want to focus on the one I'm using today, which is the Nars Sheer Glow. And it's not because I don't love it. I do. It is unbelievable. I'm kind of scared to venture out and try a new one because I love this one so much. I have to switch to a different shade for fall and winter time, a little bit of a lighter shade. And I don't know, maybe I'll try the matte. I know Nars makes the sheer, I think it's called the Sheer Matte foundation, so maybe I'll just try that so I'm not making such a large leap into the unknown. I don't know, we'll have to see. But anyways, so keep watching if you'd like to see my everyday foundation routine. Okay guys, so I just put my hair up so you can see my face a little bit better. So this is me like all natural. What's up everybody? Yeah, if you're not watching this in HD, I feel like I shouldn't even mention this. Click the little button down here. So I'm going to jump right into this. The first step to applying foundation is your moisturizer. And this is the one that I've been using. This is the Aveeno Ultra Calming Daily Moisturizer. And of course I love this because it is oil-free, hypoallergenic, and it has, I don't know if I just said this, but it has SPF in it, and it's SPF 15. If you're going to be getting your photo taken, definitely don't use a foundation with SPF, but I think that if you use moisturizer with a little SPF in it, it's not a big deal. Let's put a little in my hand, and I just like to warm it up in my hand like that. I do have a lot of redness sometimes, especially in the winter, so I'm hoping to see how this moisturizer holds up as the winter months come and I get redness and splotchiness. Hopefully it'll control some of that. And applying it with your hands and warming it up like this really gets the blood flowing in your face. Normally I would let that dry, but for time's sake, I'm just gonna move on. This is the part where I would normally apply a face primer, and I would just go ahead and apply that with my fingers as well, or you can use your foundation brush. If you apply a moisturizer or a primer with your brush first, it's going to absorb a little bit into the bristles, so the brush won't absorb as much of your foundation, and it'll kind of apply a little bit easier. But I just go ahead and use my fingers for these first two steps. I don't wear a primer in the summer. In the winter, I love it. I'm a huge fan. So when I switch back to my winter routine and I find a good primer, I'll definitely give a little review on that and show you guys. But for right now, just moisturizer. And this is the foundation I've been using, the Nars Sheer Glow foundation. Now this does not have SPF or anything in it. Like I said, that will reflect in flash photography, and it's just, I don't know, I'll show you, you'll be able to see the finish. My color, it's medium 1 Punjab, and my face is naturally a lot paler than the rest of my body. I don't tan my face. My best friend is a fedora and sunglasses, seriously. That's why my face is kind of pale. I use a foundation to kind of warm it up. I think it's good to shake up your foundation before you apply it, so all the ingredients get mixed together and all that. Okay, so then I get a little bit on my finger, and I just dot it. In my T-zone. Okay, so that's probably good for right now. I look really crazy. I have my war paint on. This is 188 from MAC. It has the synthetic bristles at the top, and the natural bristles at the bottom. You can use this for foundation or blush or highlighter. You know, like I said, for applying your moisturizer, your primer. There's tons of uses for this. So the first thing I do is distribute just like lightly. Okay. And then when I get to the outer edges, I just swirl. And that's what this brush is great for swirling, like with those synthetic bristles. And you get a nice natural finish. And just pull those dots of product out towards the edges of your face, like that. And don't worry about like your eye area, like your lid and your under eye. I don't even like worry about those areas so much because I really go back in with some under eye concealer and also usually prime my eye and use Painterly Paint Pot anyway, so that really matches my eye area to the rest of my face. Make sure you get under your nose. Then I'll take a finger and blend around my mouth. Just swirl it down the neck. Just a little bit, just to blend it up. A lot of makeup artists use a tissue to blot. I actually don't like this technique. The great thing about this foundation is it has kind of a natural glow. And when you do blot with a tissue, it takes some of that away. It really mattifies it, but not in like a good matte way. It just takes away what's great about that foundation. So I don't know. The tissue is like an age-old technique, and it's definitely popular again, which is great. But I feel like it presses the makeup further into your pores, and I kind of adapted this technique in a different way, and I'll show you how I do it. So if you ever think about, like, I don't know if you guys watch those cake shows, but when they smooth the icing on the cake and then they use this like tool, this like flat tool to like smooth the icing and make it super perfect, super seamless and like poreless and amazing. I mean, cake doesn't have pores, but you know. This is kind of how I blend out my foundation. So I take my finger, and now not the tip of your finger, but you want to take like that flat side of your finger. So I straighten my finger like as much as I can straighten it, and as you can see, like this flat part right here, like under the top knuckle and above the bottom knuckle, it's like the perfect tool to use to get this effect. So first I kind of go, and you keep that finger straight, go under the eye with it, then I just like go like that along my cheek. And I did wait a while because I was explaining it to you. You really want to do this like right away while your foundation's still wet. But just like going like that is going to make your foundation so smooth. And then make sure you clean your finger, else you'll leave makeup fingerprints all over your house. That's just how I do it, and it really does. I know you're thinking, oh my god, you're just blending your foundation with your finger. That's not a big deal. Try it out. I really think that it makes a huge difference. On to the concealer. My summer color, this is the MAC, MAC Studio Finish Concealer, and my summer color was NW25. They run a little light, so, I mean, this looks, I don't know, I guess it looks okay. But probably going to switch to something lighter just for the winter time. If you have little spots, like, you know, breakouts or whatever, just take it on your finger and like cover those. And like I'll always kind of go around my mouth with it, and a little goes a long way with this stuff, remember that. Another really cool trick, like I think it's really beneficial on everybody. I get like redness around my nose, like right here, and it kind of comes down. So like if you have any areas of redness, if you have any large areas where you wouldn't want to take your finger and just dip in and start like applying that, because that's going to be a heavy application. This stuff is like, seriously, this is heavy duty stuff. So you don't need... Whoa, I just realized, by the way, the door was open. I'm going to shut it. You guys don't care, but it bothers me. Okay, so anyway... You know, if you put your finger in here and like apply it right to your face, it's like a heavy application. That's meant for like a small area, like a pimple or something like that. Okay, so if you just have discolorations that you want to cover up, I think it's a lot more efficient to take like a fluffy crease brush. This is the MAC 217, or you can take like seriously like a fluffier one than this, whatever, just something that's a little narrow kind of to get in there. You know, if you have areas, some people get redness around the nose, around the mouth, anywhere really. Just kind of sweep it into your concealer, and then you can like lightly make sweeping circles in any area that you might have redness. So I think that's a great way to apply it. Goes on really nicely without getting like cakey. The last step is to set your makeup. Any translucent powder will do. Also, if you want to take this time to conceal under eye circles, anything like that, I'm not really going to get into that in this video because that's like a whole new bag of worms. I'll probably dedicate that to a separate video. But I would apply this. I apply this before I conceal my dark circles. Then I'll add conceal and use a separate powder. However, I have seen it done that you can do your foundation, apply your under eye concealer, and then just use this for everything, including the under eye. I've seen makeup artists do that as well. I don't know, it just depends, like really whatever you want to do. Using a large like fluffy paddle brush. MAC has one like this. This is the Jumbo Chisel Powder Brush from Coastal Scents, the C309. This one is awesome. And I did dip it, like press it into this powder. And that's like too much. You can shake it off a little bit into your lid. So you want to have it so that it looks like this. If you're using just this for foundation, you would want a lot more than this much product on the end of your brush. But this is just for setting. So for setting, this is kind of what the end of your brush should look like, and that's like even too much right there. Just a light dusting. And then I'm just going to lightly press and make sure you go over the areas that you applied any concealer. Like that. And I usually apply loose powder to all over my forehead area just to keep it from getting shiny. That's really kind of what this step is for, to set your makeup, make it last, and keep shine from cropping up during the day, even though we all know kind of does anyways. And then I'll take it down like up my jaw and kind of into my cheek, but then I'll leave like the very top. I don't really set that with powder for two reasons. One, if a little bit of light reflects off the top of your cheekbones, like, it's certainly pretty, so that's fine. And then also, if I'm gonna, you know, conceal my under eye area, I don't want a ton of powder there already while I'm trying to put more concealer on and then another powder. It's just a lot of product. Loose powder. Oh, I didn't even tell you, this was the MAC Mineralized Skin Finish in Medium Plus, by the way. Sorry, I forgot to mention that. So that is pretty much it. Please let me know what you guys think of this video. I'd love to hear your feedback. If you try this out at home, you know, let me know if it works for you. I always love hearing comments from my viewers and my subscribers. You guys are so sweet, and I appreciate each and every last one of you that you watch and take the time out of your day to watch my videos. It really means so much to me. So I just wanted to throw that in there at the end. Plenty more videos coming up very soon, some requested videos, some things you guys have been asking for. So stay tuned for that, and I'll talk to you guys soon.